Hello and welcome to another episode of Torchlight. As you can see from the way my character is looking, he's all sorts of different. I upgraded his armor. And I think now's a good time to kick some ass. Normally, what I would do is I'd be doing Torchlight on the weekend, but like on a Saturday. But since it is so close to the weekend, and well, it is practically the weekend right now as we speak, since it is Friday. Well, since I don't have any new posts of Lord of the Rings to post, I do have something in the place of that, something that we did earlier this week, so you will be seeing that much later on my channel. Now, I think now's a good time to get some missions, so let's do so. Even these dull miners will be able to appreciate this tale. Muruk, the relic, lurks 25 floors below Torchlight. Meet him in battle, and I will weave an epic tale of your victory or your defeat. Really, I think either shall work wonderfully. And I get an epic, strong, small bombard. Enchanted rifle. Yeah. I'll do it. Yes, I have gained a task. I will always gain a task, so as you see. Looking at this book, I don't know how the mountain even holds together. Seems to be completely filled with disconnected labyrinths and caverns. Well, more treasure for us, I suppose. For example, there's a scale of the Arbiter in a chamber completely cut off from the rest of the tunnels. I'll open a portal, and if you can find it, I'll share the wealth. For the experience! That's all I'm doing it for. I'm just doing it for the experience. The fame might be crap, but the experience is deliciously good. Derelict prison. So, what be the happening of this week? Well, we got some good news to share. All that work on the house is completely and 100% done. And when I mean done, I mean D-U-N, done. Or D-O-N-E, if you want to be technical about it. They just finished not too long ago, like about a few days back. I'm going to say Wednesday at the most, they finished. And how did they finish it? Well, they finished it by doing our backyard wall. And and on top of that, our little back house. Our storage house, rather. So, technically, it was all touch and go, but everything is indeed done. The wonderful thing is, well, I can finally get some sleep. Hopefully. I mean, it's good. It's good to, you know, feel that, you know, that all that work, all that replacement for 20 years and over have been put to good use, and now our house is updated. Who knows? I might do a video on it this weekend. I don't know. Well, experience is always good. Gain a level out of it, all this. But, you know, it's all good because, like I said, I can rest. I can rest much easier. At least I'm hoping I can rest easier. These days it's been so hard to actually get some sleep. And I mean, it really has been a challenge just to get some sleep. Because every time I try to get some sleep, can't seem to find myself to sleep completely. I think most of it is because, you know, aside from work, which keeps me mentally active, it's just the fact that, you know, after 20 years, you know, you will think after 20 years of living in this house, or everything being, you know, updated inside and out, I think that people would, you know, sigh a big dose of sweet relief, right? Unless I crack pure amber here. Let's just make me into a beast, you know. And as of recent, and of course, you know me, This week I've taken on yet another douchebag. This time it was about a guy that I know who went to see Godzilla, and he wasn't too pleased with the results. Now, mind you, he's an extremist when it comes to watching something like Godzilla, or, it's a fan favorite, right? But mind you, the Godzilla that I'm talking about is the US version of Godzilla. The one that was just re-released not too long ago, like last week. Well, he says it was too emotional and not enough fight scenes. But just to think about it, the original Gojira was emotional because it really wasn't much of a monster movie. It's more like a horror movie. So, I had said this, because he made a mentioning of dragons. So, he spoke quite frequently about the Bible and dragons and whatnot. And you know my take on certain things. Well, this dude was talking about, I made a video about the relationship with all this and Christianity or whatnot. And all I have to say is, I swear some people are like that. They will read far too much into something that isn't supposed to make sense. And Godzilla, of course, the original Godzilla was supposed to be a message. Like, okay, we should not mess with nature. We should not mess with things that should not be, that you're not supposed to mess with. That I get. That I can understand. Okay, that's okay. It's a movie. It's a monster movie with a message. I get that. And I'm not a big Godzilla watcher, okay? But it doesn't mean that I don't like watching kaiju movies. Oh no, far from it. When I feel the urge to, I want to watch a kaiju movie. Otherwise, that was nice. Otherwise, no big deal. Nice, just knocked him straight off the platform. But this guy, of course, is somewhat of an extremist, like I said. He believes that everything has to have the Bible included in it. And the thing is, he's trying to say, I'm trying to save the children. Let's be real now. Nobody didn't ask you to try to save children. But if you feel led you need to do this as a personal crusade, then I'm not going to say anything about it. You know, that's your beef. That's what you feel you want to do with the rest of your life. Then you, good sir, good luck. The thing is with me being a teacher and whatnot, I do believe I want that when I teach something, it stays with them. That's the only thing I ask. You know, when I teach something, it stays with them. And then when they take it with them, you know, they'll remember the one person who actually taught them about, you know, another culture. That will be me. Speaking of which, next week I plan to go back to my old stomping grounds and teach Japanese again. But in this case, I'm not going to do anything crazy like I did last time. And so I say to this, you know, it's nice that you want to basically try and do something noble. I have nothing wrong with that. I really don't have anything wrong with that. You know, honestly. If you feel led that you need to do it, then fine. That's all I'm going to say.
Our quest has been completed.
And I go through the portal. But yeah, like I said, you know, don't just say, oh, well, this is evil. Because possibly in your own perspective, it might be evil just because you see one big thing. And it's kind of like this. I mentioned this before. Dragon Ball isn't really evil. The scale of the arbiter was right about where the book said it, wasn't it? Whoever wrote this thing was real cool. Here's your share. So back to the waypoint, to the prison stronghold. Curious to what we can find down here. But yeah, like I said, you know, you don't say this is bad just because it has one giant symbol on it. Because honestly, I'll say this. Anime is not for everybody. Some people don't like anime, and that's alright. But don't call it out of proportion and say, "Oh, Dragon Ball's evil." I'm like, no, it isn't. It's based off it's based off a Chinese folktale called Saiki or Journey to the West. Let's see if we go deeper.
The dwarves were consumed both from below and from within. Ordrock's minions assaulted the fortress, and his essence flowed through the ember and turned them to his side. The remains of the battle are all around me, but my understanding comes from the ember. He speaks to me through the veins, and I cannot shut my ears to his voice. Despite his immense strength, Ordrock cannot leave the source of his immortality. His essence reaches out through the veins and corrupts without purpose. Such power could transform the world, if only it were freed from this mountain.
Yeah, that sounds like Smaug right there. It's the Lost Fortress. And now we come to the robot portion of the game. To where everything gets beaten to a bloody pulp and nothing less than that. But as I respectfully say, anime isn't for everybody. There's some people out there who will indeed pull things out of proportion. Because somehow they get a hard-on off it. I don't know. They want to prove that they're right, and I say, you know what? That's okay. You only show me a video about this, okay? You're just gonna waste your time saying, oh, well, you know, this says this and that says that. Because to be quite honest, and I quote Lethal Weapon, I'm getting too old for this shit. And yes, I do profanity, you know. You know, you're not supposed to. It's like, well, that's too bad. Sometimes profanity is the only way you can get your point across. Sometimes it's not. When the need calls for it, yeah. Which, something I remember I remember saying about, but the thing is, there's a difference between cursing and using profanity. Cursing someone is basically just that. You are placing a curse upon somebody. You're wishing the worst thing that could ever happen against somebody. That's what you're doing. That's what a curse is. You're basically calling the worst against somebody. Best I could come up with. And what I said to that is, we all have free speech. And mind you, this guy that I talked to, he's on Facebook. And I do say this, you know, he can be an okay guy. He can be. But I'm just not the type to, you know, believe that, you know, you're right because you say you're right, or this proves that you're right. And like I said, I happen to like, you know, fantasy. Because I don't have to think about anything other than, you know, a good sword battle, or, you know, possibly something happening, you know. And the one thing I always say about this is, I hate it when people try to give me a script read. In the case of this, if it's not acting, you just want me to say this because you just want to hear somebody say, "Oh, well, yeah, that's what he said because I said." I think the real problem is, you know, everybody wants to be right. Sadly, you can't have it both ways. And I mean it, you can't have it both ways. You either have to be right or wrong. But I'm going to quote Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going to quote Sonic the Hedgehog. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. There you go. I said I don't prove myself to be right. I said, you know, it's your opinion. You're welcome to it. The only thing I ask is, you know, don't go so far as to try and say you don't like this. It's fine that you don't like it, but don't go so far as to disrespect, you know, a belief system. It's a lot like today's gamers. You can't do you if you're not part of the group thing as is. Like, you have to have this in order to be one of us, you know. I mean, to me, I've grown, you know, I've grown from being the normal fanboy, you know, taking factions and whatnot. So I'm sorry, but you know, so it reminds me of watching The Running Man. And she said, and the old lady who was so sweet, she basically said this. I can choose whoever I want. And who I want is Ben Richards. That boys want me, motherfucker! And that was to the late Richard Dawson's character, Damon Killian, because they go by a rule that you cannot choose a runner, but you had to choose a stalker. So basically, that whole thing, what she did was she just changed up on the rules, because she said she choose whoever she wants, so she chose the underdog, because he was basically taking out the stalkers one by one, along with his friends, and you know, it was like that. So, you know, anime and gaming is a lot like that these days. I mean, in a sense, you know, I mean, to be quite honest, I don't mind it. I mean, you know, only to a certain perspective. Yeah, it may look evil, but I think honestly, you know, you're reading too much into. You're reading far, far, far into something that you possibly couldn't see. Or maybe you can see something that. Or maybe, you know, there's something I can't see that, you know, he could see. I don't know. Personally, he's welcome to his own decision, own devices and whatnot. The point is, I like my anime. For me, anime helps me with my work. So therefore, I will stick with my anime until I just grow very, very disappointed with it. But trust me, I've seen a few series that stunk. And then you have some series that just didn't stink. They were different. It's a lot like, as I said before, anything else. Like if you read a good story or you watched a decent movie. Somehow you watch certain movies, they either one of two things is going to happen. Either you like the movie or you hate the movie. And the only reason why you just didn't like it was it just didn't suit your taste. And that's okay with that. So the end result, he showed a video. I said, you know what? Let's respectfully leave it at that. You know, I don't really feel like arguing over this because if you don't understand it, I don't expect you to understand it. So that's all I can say about that. Now, whether this video is watched or not, the thing is, I used to know the dude. And mind you, he's like Miles Edgeworth to Phoenix Wright. Like, I do not believe in this, but I will tell you this. Blah 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 blah. I say, you know, meh. That's what I say. Meh. Because honestly, you know, these days I grow tired of, you know, people who think they're right or they simply have to do it because they need to do it. It's like me doing Let's Play videos. The reason I do these videos is because I like doing these videos. It helps think, you know, it helps with the thinking. I mean, there's some videos that I want to just let loose and just say, well, this is what I think in everything else. And like I said, it's okay with me. I'm not going to try and say who's right or wrong. So you're trying to defend Dragon Ball. I'm like, well, yeah. Because Dragon Ball is a great series. I said it's not for everybody, but I can pretty much say it's a great adventure series. I've watched the series so many times that it's like, oh, it's not bad. It's not bad to watch, you know, Dragon Ball or, you know, Go Lion or perhaps Macross. Because, you know, it might be my cup of tea just because I need something to stimulate the senses. I'm an author, that's what I do. I have to stimulate the senses somehow. And not proving that I'm right or wrong. So, you know, I have my own way of thinking. And to some people, I don't expect them to understand me. Because I might be considered wrong in their eyes, but, you know, honestly, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm sorry, but, you know, you don't like it, I'm not gonna force you to like it. You have to watch this because this anime is awesome. And I will not allow you to miss this kind of anime. Ascendant. I mean, as simple as that. So I consider the matter closed with that subject.
My inventory is full.
Never said I want anything. But okay. Aside from that, moving on from that topic. I'm gonna be quite honest. I've been tired all week. As you can tell. As you can tell. I've been rather busy, and you know, these days I haven't been really I mean, to be perfectly honest, you know,
My inventory is full.
I've been really, really tired as of late. I'm sorry for the pausing. Like I said, I had just been really, you know, out of it since. For some reason, it's like around 9 or 10 o'clock, I wake up strangely. Don't know why I do it. It's just, you know, it just happens. Now, you would think it bothered me. Yeah, it would kind of bother me because normally I like to sleep longer, at least up till noon. Or a little after noon. Like around 12:30, no later than 2. But the good thing with most of what I'm working with, they're almost done with the exception of these origins. Like, Willow is just about done. Thought I pushed one there. So honestly, like I said before, although it'd be fun to just talk about this, but talk about what's right and what's wrong, I don't have the time for that kind of shit. So I might as well tell you what you'll possibly see this weekend. Of course, you're going to see some Cherry Tree High School. Because why not? Having good jokes is a part of, the fact that you're healthy. The fact that, you can take good jokes. Even if it might be an overloaded internet meme. So, it's just like that, But going deeper, I really have been tired though. As you can tell by my voice, I've been yawning. I've been doing parts like crazy. And with family. Oh, hello, Sil.
We found it. I believe I can operate the forge. Books in the Overseer's library describe it in detail. I should even be able to remove the corruption without diminishing the strength the Ember has granted you. Take your place on the platform.
Okay. What the hell?
Have you come to join us? I knew you would hear Ordrak's call eventually.
Master Ulrich, you would never serve such a destructive power. It's the corrupted Ember affecting your mind. If Ordrak is the source of this plague, then it is our duty to destroy him.
I taught you about duty, Sif, but it's time for a new lesson. With Ordrak's power, we can reshape the world. Come and meet your new master.
What about me? The and then that happened. Okay. And how deeper is this going to be? $28, huh? Alright. Onward to break more shit. I mean, I kind of understand what he's trying to say. Oh, you know, we have to protect the kids. The problem is, you can't protect what's already out there. They're gonna find out, and when they do, if nobody tells them, they'll figure it out for themselves. There's not much else I can say about that. It's just how it is. So I really should talk about something else other than what I have been talking about. So, as I said before, what I did yesterday was I wanted to go and get some, you know, trash bags. Simply because I had no idea ooh. Wow. A little closer there, I would have lost all that progress and I would have been pissed. Stairs up. I don't want stairs up. I want stairs down. Because I am indeed going deeper, so... Of course I want to save Cell. And for those who don't know, Torchlight is a very short game. Or long, depending on how long you play it for. This generation, I swear, this generation of gamers, they apparently just don't know what they want because they tend to repeat the same thing, you know, like the new Wolfenstein game. Yeah, it may be Wolfenstein, the New Order, but it's still an FPS. And I'm sorry, but certain FPS games are quite stale. Because you're doing the same thing that you do in every freaking game. You basically shoot up people, get to the next area, and shoot up more people. If not that, well, it's just to make money. Who be that? So yeah, I've been working on a lot of games, such as Pac-Man Ghostly Adventure. Yeah, I'm not done with that yet. But in a few days, I will be. Oh. Money, I'm not really worried about. I got tons and tons of money, acres and acres of money.
My inventory is full.
Of course it is.
My inventory is full.
Not like I want it. I'm gonna walk past all the dead bodies that laid in my wake. In my walk across destruction. I honestly feel, as an elf here, it's always good to cover most games if not all games, that do fall on the that is on the radar, and see why it's so hot and everything. Aside from that, I'm not really big on, the popular games. Because long-time members of my channel know this. But this is the reason why I do the not so new and the not so known. I do the not so known more than I do the known games. Because they've been done to death. Why should I do a Mario game which it has been done to death and back? Makes no sense, Open that door and we find some way to get even more through. Silly dog. And that's the reason why I never really had to worry about resurrection. Even if I lose, I still win.
My inventory is full.
But I didn't come for the inventory. I came for the monies. Let's see. Can't forget to do that. But the only reason why I do games on my channel, and most people know why, because not that many people know about every game that's out there, you know? So as I said before, because I haven't been doing much of the Lego games, I plan to make that up for you this weekend. Man, don't you realize I'm a warrior? Well, I didn't want to pick it up, but you just had it there for me. So I just assumed you might want to pick it up. Oh man, we are nearly close to wherever it is we're close to. But there's so many things that could be considered. Like I went through the phase portal. Oh, it's similar to the secret mines. Really? I'm not gonna do no such animal person. I'm in here for a reason. An epic poleaxe. It's a wonderful thing. But next week, yeah, I plan to go back, teach some Japanese for once a week. I got all this free time on my hands, I might as well do something else with my time. So it gets me out of the house. I have to look at that from that angle. It gets me out of the house. I get to do something. Then I come back. I come back at a reasonable time, around noon, when all the kids are out to lunch, and all I have to do is basically make that one turn, go to McDonald's, or go further down, go to Jack in the Box. And I could take it from there. How cunning he is, and
inventory is full.
poor bastard got his ass handed to him. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do when next week comes, It's not going to cut into my schedule, which is great. Plus, the good thing is, I left an impact so great. Because to me, that's what it was all about, I made an impact. But aside from that, I'm looking forward to doing something other than sitting on my ass all day. I mean, it's hard enough that I had to deal with family. Besides,
My inventory is full.
my family is basically, I tried dealing with, my family, but, my family, as much as I love them, really do get on my nerves sometimes. Only because, old age. I say, yeah, old age, my ass. Y'all just need to get out the house. And when I do mean get out the house, I mean, go, socialize. Stop being so... I don't know. Gripey or something. I mean, to me, that's my thing, you know. And here we are, still at the last fortress. I mean, sense a boss happening. Pull this. And this. Open that. Oh, hello there, sir. I see you brought friends. Let's tussle. Oh, shit. Let's tussle, buddy boy. Well, I see who's the clear-cut winner here. Sit your ass down. Thank you. Purple People Defeater.
My inventory is full. My inventory is
Man, I'm not gonna need this. What the f... Slow attack. Meh. I'll be taking this and be moving on. Thank you. Waypoint activated. So yeah, with my family, you know, almost being a pain in the butt to me, I need something to do with my lifetime other than doing LPs. But of course, you know, as soon as I get into it, I'm gonna feel a whole lot better about myself because, you know, for one, I got the effect I needed. I left so much of an effect on everyone at that place that, you know, once I left, they wanted me back. Go figure. But the real thing is, I don't want to be stretching my energy out so thin like I did last time. But, yeah, for everything that's happening,
What can I do for you?
you've been a great help to me. Something I don't appreciate it. Maybe someday I'll return the favor and find a scroll for you in the library you dare not enter. Still on the lookout for shimmering emerald and true. Can only be found in the region of submerged water. But apparently, like I said, with everything happening, and I'm single-handedly exhausted, I need to take a break. I'll be glad when July comes, so after AX rolls around, I can prepare for my vacation. All I need is just 2 days worth of peace of, if I can't get it here, I'm gonna get it somewhere. Mark my words. But anyway, I think we've made some headway in this LP. So I'm gonna stop here. And next time when we see each other, we will go deeper past the Lost Fortress. So I've been the Tenkaichi of gaming and Otoku, Pookie7, aka Ichigo Musko. And until next time, I'll see you around with more Torchlight goodness. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.